NoodleTools is a web-based citation generation software. You can access NoodleTools by visiting the school library website or going to www.noodletools.com. In the upper right of that screen, you will be asked to sign in, at which point you can utilize the school library's username and password to create your own account. Once you have created an account, it will bring you to a page that looks a lot like this. Initially blank, listed My Projects. You will be asked to create a new project by clicking the Create New Project button, at which point you will be given 4 options. You'll want to ask your teacher before you select which option to choose, which citation style they are interested in seeing. The most frequently used citation styles in high school are MLA and APA. For our purposes, we'll use MLA, which is most frequently used by English teachers. You are asked to enter a description. We'll say sample, and we will create our project. Once you have created your project, you will see a dashboard that looks something like this. Bibliography is the most frequently used reason to use NoodleTools. Teachers requesting an annotated bibliography or a works cited page will expect you to use this feature. When you click Bibliography, you will go to a screen which will ask you what type of work you would like to cite. This is one of the most important steps in correctly getting your works cited information into NoodleTools. You will provide a drop-down menu when you click on that arrow, and you will be allowed to cite anything from journals and magazines to books, government publications, and online software. So for today, I'm just going to do a simple citation. I'm going to choose a website, and I'm going to create my citation by clicking the Create Citation button. It will now guide you step by step through a list of questions which will better allow the software to generate an appropriate citation for your works cited page or bibliography. Right now, it wants to know if I am looking at a web page or a web blog or web material that has been reprinted from a book. I'm going to choose web page by clicking Next, at which point it will give me another question. No content below applies, or if I'm actually citing an advertisement, cartoon, editorial, or interview, I can select those from the list. At the end of every type of citation, it will provide an information page that looks similar to this. The space for the author will ask you to enter the author's first name. We're going to say John Doe for the last name, and then you click Add. If an author has been added successfully, it will appear in this window here. You can remove the name if you notice that you have misspelled it by clicking on Remove Name. If the person is not an author and instead is an editor, you can select from this drop-down menu any number of roles. For now, we are going to say author. The web page or article title, we will say sample for today, but this would be the title of the article or page that you are actually viewing. The name of the website or the project, we'll say MRHS sample, but if you were going to something like the British Broadcasting Company, you could say bbc.com. Publisher or sponsor of the site will often be very similar to the name of the website, but is not always identical. Check for this information at the bottom of a web page as you will often see a scroll bar at the bottom that provides you with a list of different information, including who the copyright belongs to. If the copyright belongs to a different company than the title of the website, that is the company that you would enter here. The date of the copyright. For websites, it's often just the year, but for books, if you have an additional date or month, particularly with a magazine, you would include that there. The URL, which is required for websites, we'll say www.sample.com, and the most recent date of access. The other feature that all entries will have is a section for an annotation. If you are completing an annotated bibliography, you will be expected to fill something in this box. For now, I'm just going to type, "This is a sample to show users how to use NoodleTools." Once my annotation is set in that box, clicking the Generate Citation button will ensure that the citation, including the annotation, is exactly as it should be formatted. Once you have completed all of the entries that you need for your works cited or your bibliography, you can print by going to Print Export and choosing how you would like to export it. If you export it to a Word document, it will actually open a Word document and allow you to print directly from there. Printing the web page will not ensure that the formatting of your works cited is specific to the formatting requirements of your teachers. Only by printing from the Word document will you actually be able to ensure that the formatting is correct. Thank you for following along. I hope this has been useful,